But also the German presidency of the International Alliance for Holocaust Remembrance, in short ERA, and of course of their priority, the fight against anti-Semitism. Last year was full of challenges and deadly attacks. Vice President Skinas already spoke about Halle and the sad anniversary which is coming soon and whose victim we will never forget. I was deeply impressed and touched by the testimonies given by the survivors. No Jew should ever feel forced to leave its home country because of he or she is harassed or threatened. For this reason, the Working Group Against Anti-Semitism in the European Parliament will work very closely not only with Commissioner Schias but also with Katharina von Schnurbein, who is coordinating for the Commission, and we together want to tackle anti-Semitism and safeguard Jewish life in the European Union. For us it's clear, we have to proceed from words to action. But even apart from deadly terror attacks like these of Halle and Hanau, we can generally observe a rising anti-Semitism. The Agency for Fundamental Rights just recently published its report on anti-Semitism, and it paints a devastating picture. Anti-Semitism has become a normal part of everyday life across the European Union. Not only the coronavirus spread rapidly in the recent months, but also the explanatory models for it. The COVID-19 crisis confirmed a long-lasting phenomenon. Jews as scapegoats and anti-Semitism as a coping mechanism to deal with the incomprehensible, to deal with fear and anger. You cannot think of the madness such conspiracy theories contain, but you may also not underestimate and belittle them. A greater awareness of conspiracy theories must be created, as they can incite a whole generation and lead in consequence to more severe outgrowths. Things you may not say turn into things you may say. And accordingly, things you may not do might also turn into things you would do. This is why fighting against disinformation means prevention. Therefore, we have to go beyond the Code of Conduct against hate speech agreed by the European Commission together with Facebook, Microsoft, Twitter and YouTube. In order to tackle the problem, we need more staff who really knows what anti-Semitism is about and what it comprises. This leads us to the necessity of the application of the ERA definition as a standard that gives those responsible a clear picture. In Germany, we can observe a great success in the implementation of the ERA definition, as it is of utmost importance that it is applied widely, not only on the national level, but especially on regional level to reach all layers of the society. For this reason, I was very happy to hear municipalities and local authorities reporting that all sorts of clubs and associations were willing to adopt the ERA definition and to work with it. Cooperation with civil society actors is fundamental. Another field in which there is still a lot of work to do is the field of justice and police. We need trainings with the help of the ERA definition here. Some of staff, for example, still don't know what to do with an anti-Semitic complaint. They do not know how to process the act of discrimination and how to deal with the victim. The same applies to the judges, who not always know how to recognize anti-Semitism and, for example, how to differentiate between a protest against the Israeli government and planned anti-Semitism that is often camouflaged as the former. In sum, all these measures will help to create a better awareness of the general public on how anti-Semitism expresses itself today. The fight against anti-Semitism has to be a cross-cutting issue, and the Council Declaration of the 6th December 2018 was an unprecedented step here. Thank you, Mr. Klinas. In its context, I am delighted to see the progress, for example, in form of a special invoice and contact points in governmental structures or in the field of education and commemorative culture. I'm glad that the European Commission is acknowledging the importance of the fight against anti-Semitism too, and that we can involve known schemes like, for example, Erasmus Plus or the European Regional Development Fund. We need new projects as these from the second-hand witnesses where students film Holocaust survivors telling their stories and in order become themselves witnesses in that case. But remembrance may not be empty words and rituals. Jews may not be victimized. And being Jew means not only talking about the Shoah. It's really important that we bring Jewish culture and Jewish life into the middle of society and public awareness and send out positive messages. That we have the hugs, as Rabbi mentioned it, that we have the hugs for each other every day. The Jewish culture and life is vivid and can be full of joy. Like on the eve of Rosh HaShanah, when we are dipping an apple into honey. It makes me happy that we can uphold Jewish customs like this as they consolidate Jewish identity and memory. The apple can serve as a symbol for Jewish home and family, the optimistic belief in a better Jewish future, the perseverance and determination of Jewish spirit. By saying this, I wish you again a good, a healthy, and a happy, sweet, Holy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank both the Vice President Skinas and Vice President Beer. We want to thank you first of all for your leadership, a very clear leadership, both from the European Commission and the European Parliament. Definitely the Jewish community feels that you are friends of the community, and we know that the words that you shared with us, they're not just any words that you're just sharing because you have to fill up your time. We really appreciate that it's a very real commitment. So we want to thank you again. Thank you. We will offer you, we have a small surprise for both of you, so we'll keep in suspense. And I'm going to ask first my colleague Nechama to come from the European Jewish Community Center to just share some words that she has with us. Thank you. Nechama?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you for the EJ to organize such a beautiful event. Thank you, Vice President of the European Commission. Thank you, Vice President of the European Parliament. It's an honor to have you all distinguished guests today here. And I have to say that we come a long way. I think Katarina knows. The first time we met, it was for New Year's, in which we wanted President Barroso's patronage, and here we are all together with both Vice Presidents. It's an accomplishment. It's an honor and it's a pleasure. We're really happy to have you here. We call this place the Abraham's tent. As you can see, it's a tent, and it's very much COVID style because it's in today, to organize events in tents. So thank you. I hope we all stay safe and healthy. I'd like to just add a little bit about the Jewish New Year. As you may know, Jewish New Year was a few weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, and ever since the Jewish New Year, we've been going through the high holiday of the Yom Kippur holiday, in which we got very nice greetings from the European Commission. Thank you very much, Katarina. We received it. On this coming Friday, we have the holiday of Sukkot, which is another holiday in which we eat in little huts. We create little huts in our house, out in our gardens. So you will see this ceiling will become a hut. It will be full of greens. And 7 days later, we have another holiday, which is called Simchat Torah, in which we dance with the Torah. So basically, we have 1 month of holiday. We don't work. It's lots of fun. No, be ready. We work very hard, but we very much enjoy it. Now, just for a change, I was thinking to just give a little glimpse of these 4 holidays, because we tend to think that there are 4 separate holidays. One is the New Year, the other one is the Day of Pardon, in which we ask forgiveness, we go to synagogue. Both first holidays are very serious holidays. We go to synagogue, we pray. We don't drink too much, we don't overdrink, we don't put on music, we don't dance, but we tend to really reflect. As you both said, it's a time of reflection, it's a time of introspection. But once we get to the hut part, in which we mingle with our friends in a hut. It's again very COVID, super cool. We have lots of fresh air. We get the rain if it rains, or we have the heat if it's hot. And we get together, and really the idea of that commemoration of Sukkot is to thank God for these 40 years in which we were in the desert, and then we were protected. And we thank Him and we ask Him to keep protecting us. And just because you were speaking about hugs, that's what I was thinking maybe to mention that. It's like we consider it God hugging us. We said we're in this hut, we're all in it together. The idea is to be together. And then 7 days later, we take the Torah scroll and we don't open it to study it. We just hug it again and we dance together. And these 2 last holidays are called the holidays of our joys. As much as the first 2 holidays are in Hebrew Yamim Noraim, which is important holidays, the 2 last ones are the holidays of our joys. They are Zman Simchatenu. We dance. And this, I find it, is an amazing and a very beautiful lesson for all of us and each one of us today, celebrating, going through these holidays, We have times of introspection in which we're asking ourselves, what are we really here for? But really, what are we here for? Not in terms of what is our tag telling us we're here or what our mirror looks like, but we wonder inside who we are and what is our capacity. The whole idea of Rosh HaShanah, we speak about being pregnant and giving birth, in terms of giving birth to our potential, to really go a mile, the extra mile, to go all the way and to be able to express it deeply and to make this year a year of creation. It's the time of creation. By Yom Kippur, the time of pardon, in which we connect to our essence and we realize that we all have the same essence. We have divinity, we have a light, and that's what we get connected to. But after we've been so serious, man, come on, it's time to rejoice, it's time to have fun. And we cannot have fun if we're not together. That's why we build big huts and we gather together. And we shake this very strange species and which represent a lot of different kinds of people, and we can only shake it if the whole species are together, because if even one is missing, we cannot do it. The idea is again, togetherness. We can be joyful only when we are united. And that's why I find celebrating it with you today just makes so much more sense. We believe in a strong Europe. We believe in a united Europe. We believe in people who look at each other in the eyes and who can reflect within and look at the other as the essence of God, as the essence of light. So what an amazing time of the year. Thank you so much for rejoicing it with us together. May this time be meaningful to you as well, and may you go home with a sense of togetherness, a sense of reflection, a sense of joy, because I know we have these little things here, but come on, let's just smile. I realize that you can see people smile with their eyes. It's the new thing now. I can see, I look in the other, like, oh, she's smiling, okay, good, we're safe. So thank you so much for smiling, for being together. May we have a wonderful year where everybody should be healthy, where we should keep on celebrating Jewish life together. We're soon working on the Hanukkah together at the Parliament, at the Commission, so get ready, we'll get our acts together, and many more Jewish celebrations, and all kinds of celebrations as well. Take good care of yourself, have a happy and sweet New Year. Wonderful.
Nechama, thank you so much. I don't know how is it possible we can hear from Nechama and not be full of joy, so thank you so much. So the little surprise that we have for the Vice President Skinas and Vice President Beer, I'm really sorry because of the social distancing. I'm going to call first Vice President Skinas, if that's okay. Our chairman would like to present you the President on behalf of the European Jewish Association. So please, if I ask.
So you might know that what my colleague just bring it called the shofar. The idea of the shofar is we blew with the shofar on Rosh HaShanah and Yom Kippur, the most important holidays. The first time the shofar was used during when the Jewish people were in the desert, and it was a way for the Jewish people to call, to inform everyone that Moses have an important mission for everyone. The idea of the shofar, we put around a bit. So basically, we blow the shofar, Okay, from this side, the voice is coming just from there. The shofar, the reason why we blew today with the shofar express the possibility for a person to speak without words, to speak from his heart. And many times we say something or would like to say something, not necessarily always we are able to express what we feel. The idea of the shofar is to speak to God with just from our heart. The shofar is also a channel to express ideas, to express opinion, to express good things. And we appreciate very much what you do as a vice president and as being the shofar, as the one who have the possibility to speak from your own heart and express kindness and goodness to the entire population in Europe. So we'd like to thank you very much for what you do. God bless you. God bless Europe. Thank you very much. Rabbi and Nechama Tawil, please, would like to invite you to present the shofar to Vice President of the European Parliament. The explanation is exactly the same, so I'm not going to repeat it. Nechama? Rabbi Tawil will soon blow the shofar. Are you able to do so?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Thank you. You're blowing this shofar or another one?
No, another one with a distance. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah, please.
We cannot have a Rosh HaShanah without blowing the shofar. So Rabbi,
Indiana Jones, that's not a shofar. This is a shofar.
this is one of the biggest I have seen. So Rabbi Avid, thank you so much. And like the Vice President said, and like everyone else has said, this new year, may it be obviously one of the years that you will look back and be the most fruitful, honestly. Thank you.
It will for sure be remembered.
For sure.
So this is the extended version.
We thank you for your patience, and I'm really sorry we kept you without a waitress. So now we will allow the waiters to come in and serve you. So thank you again for coming, and I don't know if my colleagues have anything else to share.